Hello and welcome to day 3 of our coverage of the Society of Vertebrate Paleontology annual meeting. By now I'm sure you're all familiar with the format these episodes are taking, so I'll keep this introduction brief and we'll get stuck into the interviews. So please keep listening, please keep commenting, and I hope you're all enjoying the coverage. So we're joined by Rui Castanina from the Museo de Lourinhã. Is
Hi,
that
Dave.
pronunciation good?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, and you've been looking at a new fossil site in Mozambique, is that right?
Yeah, it's not only me, it's a big team that is involved on these recent discoveries in Mozambique. And we have been collecting early synapsids from the late Permian of Mozambique, yeah.
So a synapsid is a kind of early mammal relative?
Well, you and I are synapsids.
Right,
So
okay.
all mammals from the bats to the blue whale, we are all synapsids. But during evolution, the majority of synapsids got extinct. There's a lot of different extinct lineages of synapsids. And some of the ones that we are studying are currently found in the north part of Mozambique. So we are talking about very basal forms of synapsids that got extinct, but are still very close related to our modern mammal lineages.
So these fossils that you're finding, are they pretty well preserved? Are they lots of them?
There's two things that I have to say about it. Well, the first one is that they are pristinely preserved. That's not the full rule in the field. Of course, we have exceptions. And the second thing is that we almost only find skulls. That's typical from a lot of Karoo sites. Karoo, it's a period that corresponds to a lot of different ages in Africa. And we have a lot of skulls. So, for instance, just to give you a comparison, I came from Portugal and we have a lot of material, vertebrate fossil material from Portugal, but we don't have one single complete skull. And you can name it: dinosaurs, crocodiles, turtles, you name it. From the Jurassic, we have none. From the Paleozoic, we have none also. Maybe some fish. In Mozambique, in like 3 or 4 expeditions, we found more than 20 independent and really well preserved skulls. This gives you an idea of the richness of the place in Mozambique.
So with the special preservation, is there anything that you can tell about these animals that we didn't know before?
So we CT'd one of the skulls that we have now. We are planning to do two more skulls, and actually it turned out that we have a new species and a new genus that was found on North Mozambique. It will be called very soon. It will be published very soon with a new name. It will be called Niasodon mfumukazi. And
that's nice and easy.
Niassa, it's the province where it was found. Don means tooth, and Mfumukazi, it's the local name for queen. It's a homage that we pay to the traditional way of organizing the society in Mozambique, because in the north part of Mozambique, it's women who rule. So everything is matrilinearly transmitted. So women rule the family, get the job, and actually we decided to give a female name to our specimen. We were not sure if it's a female or a male, but in case of doubt, we are assuming that this fossil is a female.
So it's the equivalent of Rex in Tyrannosaurus.
Exactly. So it would be the queen of the Niassa lake. Okay, that's our homage that we want to pay. Niasodon mfumukazi.
So these fossils that you're getting, why have we not heard anything about fossils of this kind coming out of Mozambique before? I've not really heard of Mozambique as a particularly fossil-rich area. Is this really because people didn't know that you could get the fossils in the rocks, or just that they hadn't found them yet?
I think it's a matter of lack of working in the field. People know that there are some outcrops there, and people know for, I would say, more than 50 years that probably we had very good material coming from the north of Mozambique. The problem is that to go to Mozambique, you have to know the place. It's not working in Africa is not easy, and actually we are the first painstaking paleontological expedition ever conducted in Mozambique. So we are going there for the last 4 or 5 years, every year. So that means that there's a lot to explore, a lot to discover, and Mozambique we are just uncovering just the tip of the veil. There's a lot of work to do, really.
So is there any infrastructure in Mozambique to help you? I mean, in terms of getting the fossils out of the rock, you're then however many thousand miles away from Portugal.
Yeah.
Is there any museums in Mozambique that can help you out?
Actually, this project is more Mozambican than Portuguese. It's a Mozambican project with a lot of international collaboration. We have like 3 main people that are coordinating the project. It's myself, Ricardo Araújo, and Luis Costa Jr. Luis Costa Jr. is the director of the National Museum of Geology in Maputo. This means that the project is being coordinated by 3 people in 3 different continents, actually. I'm in Europe, in Portugal. Ricardo is in Dallas, in the US, and Luis is in Maputo, in Africa. So every year we go to the field together, we do everything together, and everything is being done with the authorities from Mozambique. So it's actually a Mozambican project.
So do you think this project will help Mozambique develop into a paleontological active country?
Actually, our goal is to transform Mozambique into one of the most important countries in terms of research in paleontology. That's our long-term goal. There's no reason why Mozambique cannot be one of the most important countries in terms of research of paleontology. They have the fossils, they have the people, they have the money, and they are interested in developing this type of science. And we are doing 3 things at the same time with our project. First, science. That's why we go there every year. We are collecting the fossils. All the fossils are Mozambican heritage. They will come back to Mozambique. And we are, at the same time, transmitting the know-how that we have to Mozambican students. So at this time, as we speak, there's 2 Mozambican students being trained in Portugal under our supervision to come back with the fossils to their country and to be able to study them without the fossils having to get out of the country. And the third pillar of our project is outreach and conservation of the heritage. So we are making a lot of effort publishing stuff in magazines like National Geographic or like you, or like yourself, transmitting what we are doing to everyone. And at the same time, we are building new facilities in Mozambique where all the fossils, when they came back, can be displayed and studied again there. We in the long term, we want to create a really good center with a lot of paleontologists, Mozambican paleontologists, that can study, and in the future, they might even come to Portugal or to the US or to the UK to study their fossils and to establish collaboration abroad. That's our goal. That's what we want to do in Mozambique.
And best of luck with it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Paleocast was brought to you by Dave Marshall with John Tennant and Joe Keating. It was made possible by funding from the Paleontological Society and the Paleontological